Yeah, so good morning to all of you. Hope you all are fine under this COVID-19 situation, lockdown situation, and currently, probably in many areas of Jharkhand and Bengal, there is a huge thunderstorm and rain just today early hours in the midnight. Anyway, so today is the first class in this platform. So hope we do good all together. So we will start our class. I'm sharing my screen to you. Is it visible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is advised to turn off your microphone um, while I am speaking. If you want to speak something, then you should raise your hand, or you can drop a message in the chat box. Okay, so let us start. In the past classes, we have discussed about the basic architecture of 8051 microcontroller, its pin diagram, their pin functions, multiple pin functions like port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3, and the other pins. So as of now, you people have, have a good idea about this 8051 microcontroller. This 8085 microprocessor have some advantages over 8051 microcontroller and vice versa. So now what is the significance? Like, as in the first video lecture you came to know, if you gone through the video lecture, then you came to know that this microcontroller can be used for the dedicated job purpose. Okay, and most important thing is whenever you are using some remote control or some dedicated job purpose device, you should have to use some microcontroller. So syllabus there is 8051 microcontroller. So we will today discuss about the register organization and internal RAM structure, program status word. So as of now, you know that in overall there are some special function registers, some internal RAM should be there, and Mohit, you please turn off your microphone. So in this case, this internal RAM in the architecture, you can remember that 128 bytes of internal RAM is hello. Can you see my desktop?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whenever you are not getting, drop a message in the chat box. Okay. And whoever are not listening to me, I mean, you're not getting my voice, they can join audio by device audio. Then it will be functional. Okay. So we'll resume. Here, as I was saying, that A and B CPU registers are there. So A register is here to accumulator, to act as the accumulator, and this B register has some dedicated job. Now program counter, as it was in the 8085 microprocessor, that in program counter the next instruction to be executed, this address is stored, and the data pointer, it points some data address for executing the program. We'll come to in detail there are program status word, and this program status word is of 8 bits. Internal RAM is of 128 bytes, as we have discussed already. Some special function registers are there, and 8-bit stack pointer. Now this stack pointer, you can that this stack pointer, the use of the stack pointer is it stores some data, and as a nature of the stack is last in first out, and first in last out, whatever. And in that case, the special function registers are there, like power control register PCON, timer mode control TMOD, timer control TCON. Those registers are there, many registers are there. We'll come to that. Aditya, please turn off your video. Now we'll again go to the A and B CPU registers. As we have discussed that this A register is nothing but the accumulator. So it does the arithmetic and logical operations. You can see the accumulator register is used for many operations. That includes some mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, integer multiplication, division, and other logical operations like OR and exclusive OR, like this. Okay. Now this accumulator or A register is used for all the data transfers between the 8051 and any external memory. As you know that this 8051 microcontroller has a internal RAM of 128 bytes and 4 kilobytes of ROM on chip. But what will occur when the program length or code length exceeds 4 kilobytes? Because ROM stores the program memory. When the program is written, then it is stored into the ROM. It cannot be written in the RAM. So whenever the ROM is, the code length exceeds 4 kilobytes, then what will happen? We will see, if we can remember, the EA bar VPP, pin number 31 in the 8051 IC. Aditya, please turn off your video. Please turn off your video. Now, this accumulator register is doing the mathematical operations as well as the logical operations. So whatever we are discussing, that if the code length exceeds 4 kilobytes of ROM, what will happen? We will connect this pin number 31, that EA bar VPP, with the ground, because EA bar is the active low pin. That means if external access EA bar, this is grounded, then this pin will be high, and this will denote that the external program memory is connected with the 8051 microcontroller. Okay. Now, do you have any questions? You can ask, or you can raise your hand. Okay, so now we will proceed. Now, as we are saying that the B register is used only with the accumulator register or A register for multiplication division operation. This is very important. This B register has no other functions other than this multiplication and division, and it cannot be used alone. It must be used with the A register. This is very important for the B register. This data can be stored into this accumulator. Now we are coming to program counter and data pointer. Now we know that the program counter stores the value, stores the next instruction to be executed. That address is stored. Now, if you can remember that this microcontroller address length is 16-bit. Okay, and as the program counter stores the address of the next instruction to be executed, so the program counter length should be 16-bit, and the data pointer, this register is divided into two parts, that is data pointer high and data pointer low. Will just in after 2 or 3 slides we'll discuss about this data pointer register. And these data pointer high and data pointer low, those both are 8-bit registers, so together 16-bit register. Data pointer and program counter are the only 16-bit register in the 8051 microcontroller. Now this program counter and data pointer are used to hold the address of a memory. Whether this program counter stores what? Program counter stores the address of the next instruction to be executed. This can be seen here also. Program counter has no internal address. Okay, and data pointer register is made up of two 8-bit registers, as we have already discussed. These two together forms the data pointer. Now this data pointer is used for what? To hold the memory address of the internal and external code memory and the external data memory. Okay, then external code memory means external program memory and external data memory. So whenever we are connecting some external memory for writing a program or for writing a data or storing a data, then we can access this data pointer register. Now do you have any questions? You can ask. We will discuss among ourselves. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, students? Okay, so if you are having any questions, I'm receiving the response of the students in the chat box. So whenever I say that please give your attendance, then you should write your name in the chat and post it only. No other things are required. Only when I say to give your attendance. Okay. Okay. Now, so up to this, you people have no questions. I have received no questions. No, so we are proceeding. Now, program status word. Now, the name implies that when the program is running inside the 8051 microcontroller, this register. Yeah, there is a serious network problem I'm facing, so that repeatedly the session is restored. Okay, now I'm fine. I'm audible. Am I audible now? Okay, okay, thank you. So again we'll start. So this program status word, will come to the program status word. This program status word means whenever the program is executing inside the 8051 microcontroller, this register delivers some information to the user about the outcome of the program, some indications. What are the indications? We'll discuss. So program status word contains these 8 bits. Okay, now these 8 bits, what are the 8 bits? this first bit, the 0th bit, is the parity bit. The second bit, here you can see the second bit, this is left untouched. This is ignored. Now, coming to the next one, there is the overflow flag. This is register select flags. This is general purpose flag F0. 6 and 7 is known to you. This is auxiliary carry and this is carry. Now, what are the functions of this program status word? We will discuss. So, among these, you can see there are some math flags. There are 4 math flags: carry, auxiliary carry, overflow, and parity. Now, user program flag, that is F0, that is general purpose flag, and the register select bits RS0 and RS1 here. Now, what are register select? Now, the very important thing of PSW is what this PSW register, program status word register, can be accessed bit by bit. No other uses. I mean, you can use it together, as well as you can use it as a bit by bit accessible. So these flags are 1-bit register which are grouped inside the program status word and power control register. So in power control register, we'll go to that. That is somehow related with the general purpose flag, that is F0 in the previous slide. This F0, this is connected to the power control register. Now, flags are provided to store the result of the certain program. As we have already discussed, that program status word, that means it stores some status of the program. Now, 8051 has four math flags. We have already discussed. Now, how they are connected? In the first point, we have discussed that flags are 1-bit register which are grouped inside the PSW and PCON. So power control register, here you can see the general purpose flag F0 is related with the general flag 0 and general flag 1. These 2 flags are stored into the power control register. Okay. Now this carry flag and auxiliary carry flag, you people know that this auxiliary carry and carry flag are related with the mathematical operation. Generally, in case of addition, you can take, like if we add 10 and 11 in hexadecimal, then what will come? That 11 and 10, that will come 21 in hexadecimal. So here this is a simple addition, the simplest addition. So there no carry, no auxiliary carry is occurred. Now when carry will occur, before going to carry, we should discuss about the auxiliary carry. If we are adding 2 or more hexadecimal numbers in 8051, then there are 8-bit data. If we convert the hexadecimal data into its equivalent binary data, so it will come like 8-bit of size. Okay. So these 8 bits have upper 4 bits and lower 4 bits. That is called a higher nibble and lower nibble. That first to 4th, these bits are lower nibble, and 5th to 8th are higher nibble. So this, if 2 hexadecimal numbers are added, so what will happen? Now when 2 hexadecimal numbers are added, their lower nibbles are added up, and if some carry occurs in the leftmost bit of the lower nibble, then the auxiliary carry will be set. And in case of carry, if some carry occurs, carry generated on the leftmost bit of the higher nibble, then the carry flag will be set. Now, this carry flag is can also be used in the arithmetic, jump operation, rotational operation, and Boolean instructions like or and this kind of instructions. So, coming to the next part. Uh, okay, from Pooja Shah, there is a question, sir. Can you explain the line upper and lower nibble? Okay, so we should share the whiteboard so that you can get it more clear. So can you see this my whiteboard? Okay. Here I am writing over the whiteboard, so my writing is not easy to understand. Okay, so this is the 8 bits. So whenever we are adding 11H and 20H, then the result will be 31H. Now, if it is converted to binary form, then it will like 0, 0, 0, 1. This is for 1, this one, and again 0, 0, 0, 1. This is for this one, and for this 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. These all are 0. Okay. So if we divide it to these 4 bits to this one and this one, so this will be the lower nibble. Okay, this is the first bit to fourth bit. That means this part. Okay, this is lower nibble, and this part is called higher nibble. Okay, that means this part. So is it clear? Is it clear now? What are the nibbles?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm stopping my whiteboard. Now getting back to these flags. Pooja, you have something to say again? Think, Pooja, do you have anything to say? Anything to ask? Okay, we will take the questions later on. Now, now you people can post your names in the chat box so that the attendance can be taken. Now we will simultaneously carry on our task, that is flags. Now this auxiliary carry flag is set, as we are saying that auxiliary carry flag is set when there is a carry from the third bit to fourth bit of the accumulator. And overflow flag, this flag is used in the BCD arithmetic operation, and overflow flag is set when there is any overflow in the math operation. Now parity flag, you know about this flag in 8085 and 8086 as well. A parity flag is set to 1 when the number of ones are odd. And please keep in mind that this parity flag checks only the content of accumulator or the A register in 8051. The three other user flags are general purpose flags. Those are programmable and can be reset or reset by the programmer at the programmer's will. This RS0 and RS1 are the two register bank select bits which are used to select the specific register bank of internal RAM. So what is register bank? Now, you people know that in bank, in general life, in our real life experience, what the bank does, bank stores some money, bank gives some money to the individuals, to the companies, bank gives some loans. I mean, bank is nothing but to use to utilize the money in the proper way. Okay, so here this name is register bank. So what is register bank? Register bank is, there is a space in the internal RAM where 4 register banks are there. Now 4 register banks means each bank stores 8 registers, namely R0, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 and R7. Okay, we will clear your views. This RS1 and RS0, this RS1 and RS0, when these both the flags are set to 0, then it is by default selected this register bank 0. When 0 1, it selects register bank 1. When 1 0, then register bank 2, and when 1 1, then register bank 3. Okay, now you can see these registers are there, registers are stored. You can see the 8051 flag bits and the PSW register. Now PSW, it is already, we have discussed that it is a 8-bit wide, but we can use only 6 bits. Why 6 bits? Because this second bit, that is ignored, and the general purpose flag, we cannot use this because it is operated by the power control registers. There are special function registers, we will discuss it later. So this F0 is related to that general purpose flag. Now when the carry flag is there, carry flag, auxiliary carry flag, register bank selector bit 1 and 0, overflow flag and parity flag. Now this parity flag, that is set or cleared by hardware each instruction cycle to indicate an odd or an even number of the accumulator. That accumulator means what? Accumulator means A register, nothing else. There is no other registers are there. There is only A register is there for storing this kind of data. Okay. Now here, before going to this, here you can see the address of this register select bits, I mean register banks. So register banks, we will discuss it in a better way when we will discuss in detail with the structure of the internal RAM. That will be discussed in the next class. So you can write it down, this bit pattern and the status, I mean the structure of the program status word. You should write it down in your copy. So the register bank 0, the address of this register bank 0 will be from 00H to 07H, as we have discussed already that each register bank is having 8 registers in their bank. So R0 register to R7 register. So R0 register, if the address is 00H, then what is the address of R1? That is 01H. What is the address of R2? 02H. What is the address of R5? 05H. Similarly, in case of register bank 2, what is the address of R0? You can post your answer to the chat box. Let's see who is the fastest one. What is the address of the register bank 1? R1 register address in bank 1. No answers. No, Shalini Priya, you are wrong. I am repeating my question that register bank 1, in the register bank 1, what is the address of R1 register? No, Pooja, you are also wrong. Aditya, I have asked that what is the address of particular R1 register? We have already discussed that each of the register banks are having 8 number of registers. Okay. No, Rani Rupam, you are also wrong. Now I am giving the right answer because the time is short. Yes, Rishabh is absolutely right. Rishabh, very good. Rishabh is absolutely right. That will be 09H because 08H denotes the address of R0 register in bank 1, then R1, then R2, then R3, up to R7. Okay, R0 to R7 means 8 registers are there. Okay, okay. So enough for today. The time is running out. It is already 39 minutes, 16, 17 seconds ticking. So goodbye, everyone. We will meet into the next class. So probably you people have already attended the program and you have posted your attendance to the chat box. Okay. So thank you everyone.